Gentlemen, the time has come once again to discuss things.
Hello, my name is
Alright, well on that note, hi everyone, welcome to this week's, this special mini-sode of Geeky Gentlemen. You know what, don't mock me, because I'm used to saying one thing.
Blunder.
Oh, fine, now I'm gonna, make fun of you every time you stumble over any word. Anyway, I am Sid Part 2, joining me today is Haley, aka Photo Girl, and Deadpoolzilla, aka Deadpoolzilla.
Yo.
Deadpoolzilla, what are we here to do today?
We're here to review Doctor Who Series 8, Episode 8, The Mummy on the Orient Express, which right off the bat, I'm kind of let down that there are no mentions of Sutek or the Asirans.
I was wondering if it would involve them in any way. So if I figured something out about Deadpoolzilla. All you have to do is have some kind of reference to classic Doctor Who, and he'll automatically like it. Otherwise, it's like this whole thing, and he just hates it and picks it to death.
Shut up.
Shut up with your truths. Anyway.
Can I just say right off the bat, I did like this episode, and it feels like a Tom Baker episode. Not just because of the Jelly Baby scene. I mean, there was a few seasons of Tom Baker's era where it had these gothic horror type stories like The Talons of Wang Chiang and Pyramids of Mars. If you set this in the actual 1920s, you could have honestly made this a straight up homage to a Tom Baker episode.
Yeah, but I don't know, the whole the plot twist toward the third act really wouldn't work if it was in the 20s.
Doctor Who's done weirder in other times.
Yeah, but I mean, with everyone else there, it wouldn't work the same way.
Also,
with it being like a recreation, it works a lot better.
Also, did this feel like a Stephen Moffat episode to you?
Not really, no.
Well, I mean, the whole idea of the science fiction, mixing science fiction with something else and doing preying on someone's fear.
No, not really.
It reminded me of that, I agree.
I didn't think so, but okay.
I think it did.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think it did, so okay. No, so I'm trying to think where's a good place to start on this. So let's go ahead and go with what Deadpoolzilla was saying. So, who wrote this, Deadpoolzilla?
Jamie Matherson, who I think was the writer for the British show Being Human.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, she really likes that.
Which one, the sci-fi or the British one, Haley?
The British one.
Oh, the good one, okay.
The American one.
The good one, okay.
Yeah, alright, that's interesting, and now he's got a mummy on there, on his list of monsters that he wrote. I don't know, I guess I just didn't see the Moffat angle on this unless you're getting really, really general, because Moffat usually has to be some very specific kind of fear. This is just a more general, it's a scary thing.
Well, the whole fear of death kind of thing. And, being, terrified of your own demise kind of idea. And being, kind of almost feel like you're crazy in a way.
I don't think so. I don't know, that's still too general to me. Well, you think about it, Weeping Angels, it's that fear, that really creepy statue that you, have to, you can't stop looking at. Or, the silence, that fear that, you'll see something, then turn around and it's gone. Or, with the fucking robot people from this series premiere. It was, that you couldn't breathe or they'd kill you or find you or something. So it's very specific things. This is, I don't know, this is too general for me to consider it like the Moffat style.
I think it was really close to the Moffat episode they wrote this series, because it reminded me of the unknown fear of what this creature is, like his other episode.
Okay.
Like, what is this creature, what is it doing, how does it function?
But that's every Doctor Who episode.
Well, still, I think it was like the other one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess you guys want to talk about the monster of this episode, the Foretold?
It was fun to see a mummy done in a way that wasn't racist. Like, I was honestly really impressed by that. I mean, even Brendan Fraser's kind of on that line,
Yeah. I really like the design. Did it feel a little bit Hammer horror-ish to you?
I've never watched any of the Hammer movies, but from what Bill's told me, I could imagine.
Yeah. I just love how. Again, I really like the practical effects to it. It does look like something. I would shit my pants if something was coming after me like that. And I love the extra little clock at the bottom and how it kind of counts down, and it kind of just builds the tension.
Yeah, me too. I really like that effect. It worked really well, just building the tension and letting you know. And I guess what I like about it the most is that everything's in real time then, like all what you're seeing is perfectly in time,
Yeah.
Sorry, just one sec. We got pizza. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, folks at home. Hope this.
Oh, we're still going.
Yeah, we're still going. This is too good an opportunity to pass up.
But yeah, I really liked what the creature really was as well. It came as a total shock, but the other thing that is kind of scary in this episode is Gus, which feels like something, even the whole train and how it works, feels like something out of Fallout or Bioshock.
Was Gus the mechanic guy?
No, Gus was the computer on the Orient Express.
Right, okay. Yeah, I liked Gus. Gus was cool. That just it reminds me a lot of Pertwee's era, where like we've talked about this before. There's a lot of like mechanical villains this season, and it reminded me a lot of one of the Pertwee episodes with like the fucking worm things, but like the real villain or the real monster was a computer that called itself the Boss.
Yeah.
And I remember Pertwee like having this kind of like, animosity towards machines, thinking that they could think. So I don't know, there was something, there might be something to that with this whole Promised Land thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, it does feel like the whole thumbs up, thumbs down. It felt like something you'd see in like Fallout or Bioshock.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
But that was really how he just had this very uptone kind of 20s voice that I can't seem to imitate. And he's just like, I'm so sorry, I had to kill all those people, but you forced my hand. He's just so calm and nonchalant about brutally murdering a whole group of people just because the doctor won't get off the phone.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Sometimes that's kill the chefs.
Yeah.
See, it would be a computer
but they
that
make
kills
the
the
good
chef.
shit.
Yeah, but it's a computer that killed him, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. How did you like Gus? Did you like Gus?
Yeah, I liked Gus. He was a very sci-fi. This is a sci-fi series, anyways, but very almost like Batman's computer going psycho.
It's almost like a dandy version of Hal.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
There's the clip. I don't know. There's Gus's. it's such a weird name for a computer. I don't know. Let's move on. I'm running out of things to say.
Yeah,
about
I was trying to think too, because to me this wasn't a very. It was a good episode, but it wasn't a very broad episode. It was very basic. It was just the mummy and then the.
It's kind of weird because it almost feels like they forget about Kill the Moon.
Why?
Because the whole reason Clara does it, the real reason, like the actual real reason Clara reveals to the Doctor why she didn't want to travel with him at all, was because she felt like Danny wasn't cool with it. And I was like, really? Because the whole moon blow-up thing and feeling disgusted with yourself is totally, I guess that's irrelevant?
No, dude, they totally fucking mention it. It's like the premise of the episode and everything.
Yeah, but then, like, I just felt like that whole thing of like, oh, I can't stop traveling with the Doctor, but now I can because my boyfriend's cool with it.
No, like, seriously, I think you've got it kind of ass backwards here. I think that's the revelation she has throughout the episode. Is that she thinks she can't do this anymore, and she's invented this reason from Kill the Moon for it, but really it's just her being nervous about traveling with the Doctor in relation to Danny. That's how I saw it.
I guess you could look at it that way. Also, speaking of Capaldi, he is so awesome in this episode.
Dude, the Doctor is like straight up inches away from turning into a slasher.
He's almost becoming the Master.
Yeah, a little bit. He's very violent and just totally cool with people dying and like.
Well, I think I might have an explanation for that. I think 12, Capaldi's Doctor, is so physically and mentally worn out. He just is like, well, I can't save everyone. I'll just save what I can and just be like, meh. Oh well, acceptable losses. That's what I feel like he's been the whole time, is that he's over 2,000 years old, like he said. So obviously he's made a lot of screw ups. So I think he's gotten to the point where it's like, meh, as long as the bad guy's beaten and Earth is saved, collateral damage is gonna happen.
Yeah, and I guess that's certainly understandable, but at the same time, I just don't like it being such a big Tennant fan, and Tennant had that like Superman level mentality.
Yeah, but he's grown past being Tennant and Smith. He's, like I said, he's gotten so old, and
no, I get what you're saying. It's just it feels like regression as opposed to progress with the character.
Well, I feel like this episode is putting Capaldi's Doctor in the more heroic light, because now he's like, oh, I do have to care about these people. And he saved them. And he brought them to New York, which I thought was awesome.
I didn't even realize that. That's really funny.
Yeah, if this was Tennant's Doctor, he would be, like, trying to kill Hal and, trying to figure out, he'd be like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to everyone who died.
I'm so sorry, Tana. Yeah, I get that, and I don't know, I just don't have a problem with that. I liked that about the Doctor. It made him a tragic hero where, like, he always wanted to save everyone, and he just couldn't. And, like, certainly Capaldi putting the creature toward himself is something that I could see Tennant's Doctor doing more. But I don't know, when the guy's about to die, and he's all like, yeah, of course you're about to die, just give us the information. It's kind of just, I don't know, it feels weird for the Doctor to do that to me, and to
let somebody die while wanting information.
Yeah, whereas, like, you could honestly see Eccleston's Doctor doing something like that, though.
Yeah, and I guess that's my problem, is it's not that it's the Doctor doing it. I could see any of the Doctors before 10 doing that. It's just 10 has this major character arc change, that totally works with all the other Doctors. It makes sense. It's a logical progression.
Well, with
and then we get hold on, and then we get a little half step back with Smith, and now I feel like we're like 2 or 3 steps back.
Well, again,
as far as the character's progress goes.
Well, again, I feel like this episode is putting Capaldi in that more heroic light, where he realizes, oh yeah, I'm a hero. I have to keep these people protected. I have to worry about the little guy, and that that episode woke him up. This episode really woke him up about that idea. And
yeah, I could see that.
So that's what I feel like is that this episode finally made the Doctor realize, oh, I'm a hero. I'm not, I don't have to be that, I can move past being this curmudgeon, and that's a word I don't use much, and, be a better person. I am a good man.
Interesting, because I really like that ending scene with Clara, and I think that's what it's supposed to be, is him just, him helping Clara realize what he's just realized about himself.
Yeah.
Where they're, around the rocks on the coast or whatever, and he's writing something in the sand and we don't know what.
Yeah. I also like how he feels a little bit of pity for the foretold when we find out that it's a soldier who could not be allowed to die.
There's a lot of this in this series, though, isn't there? There's a lot of robots and there's a lot of soldier stuff going on.
Yeah.
Even in what was it? Even in Caretaker, the thing was a soldier. The monster was a soldier
and a robot.
And a robot. And in Robin Hood, there was whatever it was.
Robot of Sherwood?
Yeah, there's fucking robots, and they were very militaristic. They were knights,
Even Danny
there's something going on with that.
Do you think that possibly there might be another big war coming?
It could be. I think it's
could be what they're hinting at.
I think it's more something to do, let's see here, who do we know that's gone to the Promised Land, not including the robot in the first episode? There was one soldier, then there was a police officer?
You went to the Promised Land.
And the half-face guy.
Yeah. I was excluding him.
Because he's not really living.
Yeah, no, just because he's not a soldier, but I mean, you could certainly make an argument that cops are like soldiers. So I don't know, maybe they're working towards something with the Promised Land robots and soldiers, I'm not sure. It's interesting though.
Yeah. But yeah, again, with this episode, I really like the direction, and also, I really like Perkins. the engineer who is the Doctor's pseudo-companion the episode.
He was cool. It's been a while since the Doctor's just offered people to travel with him.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah.
Because he gets easily annoys people. You gotta really warm up to him to let him travel with you.
Yeah.
No, it's not just that, though. I mean, I don't think Smith ever just offered someone to come along, did he? Besides Amy and Rory?
Well, he did allow a big game hunter and the Queen of Egypt to tag along with him.
Yeah, but he purposely went out and got them for this specific mission, right?
Well, the hunter, but not Nefertiti. She just jumped into his TARDIS.
Yeah, I got you, but what I'm saying is when he's invited someone.
It's been a while since you're right, the Doctor hasn't really invited someone on there, and Perkins was just there. I mean, he was a cool engineer, and it was also nice to see someone who wasn't Clara kind of giving the Doctor shit. And I think the other reason why the Doctor was kind of like, hey, come along, was that he was smart enough to keep up with the Doctor, and that's what really got 12's interest in him.
Yeah. I don't know, what do you think? Because you're not talking.
Shut up.
Miss I'm not gonna talk face.
I want to say that also he's another character that the Doctor doesn't treat like he's a moron, because most of the time he gets very short-nerved with people.
Yeah, he's another supporting character like the two characters from Time Heist I'd like to see come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Also, can we talk about the one thing that I realized, oh yeah, why hasn't this ever happened before? When the Doctor gets found out after he uses the psychic paper, they do a background check and they realize, oh, he's just a stowaway. I'm like, why hasn't that ever happened up until now?
Are you sure it hasn't?
Yeah, I'm
sure.
Because,
I mean, it didn't happen to the Doctor, but it kind of happened to Rose in, the Series 2 finale.
Yeah, but they were psychically trained to resist that. They didn't do a background...
Yeah, I'm just saying, the psychic paper did totally get her found out.
Yeah, but these people fell for the psychic paper, but then did the smart thing by running a background check.
God.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm like, why hasn't anyone done that before?
People are too gullible. Like, oh, we'll believe anything.
Because the psychic paper psychically convinces you
Yes.
that...
Yeah. Also, just a tiny little nitpick, just this one tiny nitpick. Why didn't the Foretold go after the Doctor first and foremost when he first showed up? Because he...
Like, they talked about it. They're like, it was going after the people that were, like, you know, the most physically damaged.
Yeah, but he also wanted the mentally damaged as well. And the Doctor's pretty damn well mentally damaged.
I guess I'd make the argument that the fact that the Doctor could possibly never die, like, again, because, like, he mentions that, was it last time, or was it this episode, where he's like, I might never die again?
In Kill the Moon.
Yeah, okay, in Kill the Moon he mentions that he might never need, like, another set of regeneration cycles, which, I like that they're seeding that, so we won't have to deal with a contrivance 50 years from now.
Yeah. I, again, really think that Capaldi, no matter what episode, whether I like it or hate it, is the best thing in every episode.
Yeah, he's fantastic to watch. He's tons of fun, and he's also frightening as shit.
And he's also...
I mean, like, when Gus was all like, get off the phone, I was just ready for Capaldi to be all like, get ready for it, laddie. And then start, like, you know, fucking a USB port or something.
Or just, like, he looks away from the phone and goes, shut up, I'm on the phone.
That'd been funny.
He's like...
We should have done that.
He's, like, on the phone with Clara, and he sees the chef, he's like, fuckity bye, and then just hangs up. There's too much.
I was kind of, like, expecting, like, after he killed all the chefs, he hangs up the phone and says, you're next. He's like, once I'm done with the Foretold, I'm coming after you, laddie.
Get ready for it, laddie.
But, Clara did not annoy me as much in this episode.
Yeah.
I do like her exchange between her and the other character, Macy.
That was cool. I really liked, like, the struggle that she had when the Doctor puts her in the situation to lie to Macy.
Yeah. And how
that was a great...
Oh, sorry.
Great little scene. I love the way she looks at her and she's like, he's found a way to save you. You know, and you can tell that she knows she's lying.
And she has this look of, she's so disgusted with herself.
Yeah. I really like that because, you know, it goes back to what was being talked about in Caretaker, which is the Doctor's putting her into situations that she's not comfortable with.
Yeah, but I think after this episode again, I feel like he's learned his lesson.
Yes and no. I don't think he's going to quit doing it. I just think Clara's going to learn to be comfortable with it.
Yeah. Because he does have that message at the end that kind of correlates with Kill the Moon, where he's like, sometimes there are no good decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I think that's his way of saying, look, I am going to keep doing this to you, but I have to show you what I do for a living is really shitty. So either get used to it or leave. And
yeah.
Also, I love that scene where Capaldi's talking to himself like it's another companion.
Which scene was that?
When he's on the train talking to himself. He's in the little bedroom.
When he's like 99%. Really? 99? That's pretty high. Well, 75.
That's still high.
Oh, trying to figure out if it's gonna be dangerous.
Well, that just dropped quite a bit.
I also love the Jelly Baby scene.
Yeah.
That was so cool to see come back. Yay and stuffs.
I want a Jelly Baby.
Again, some of the other supporting characters did not annoy me. None of them really did. I mean, I feel sorry for some of them, even though they were kind of like, we didn't know a lot about them. You do feel sorry for them when the Foretold kills them.
Yeah, like the mythology professor. Because he's like at first he's like, oh yeah, okay, this is obviously scientific, and then he realizes that he's about to die, and he's like, it's my life, I'll do what the hell I please with it toward the end.
He's so, like, in those just 66 seconds, you see him regress from being this very sophisticated, very calm man to a hysterical lunatic who knows he's going to die.
Yeah.
In just under a minute, he does that. He regresses to that level.
Really great acting from that guy, too, because he totally sells it, and, you know, I think anyone could sweat bullets when Capaldi's there interrogating your ass.
When the foretold's done with you, you better be ready for it, laddie.
I'll be dead! I know. We're judging our Capaldi rape jokes.
I will. As long as I get to join in, it's okay.
Yeah.
Well then, join in. Come up with one. Silly.
Oh, I was talking about the rape, but okay.
Wow,
that took a turn.
No, I don't find Capaldi terrifying. I see him as a grandpa character, really.
Well, he's like a terrifying grandpa.
Well, don't disobey him, then.
I don't know. I'm, like, deathly afraid of Capaldi. I'm pretty sure that dude just, like, murders children for fun.
that is horrible.
That's a big jump. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say other than I like this episode.
I think that's, like, the best thing you could possibly say about it, is we finally found an episode that you enjoy. It's like...
Hey, hold on, I liked Robot Who Sure Would and Time Heist and, Deep Breath. Even you convinced me to Listen.
Aw, isn't that special? Well, we found an episode that you liked right away.
Hey,
so...
I liked right away, Time Heist and the other ones I mentioned.
Have your opinions changed on Into the Dalek?
I liked the episode. I didn't get to rate it, remember? Because I had a power out.
Oh, did you want to rate it now?
Yeah, I'll give it 5 Daleks going berserk out of 5.
Lame.
Shut up.
Anyway, let's go ahead and rate this episode. Let's see here. I will give this episode 3.5 out of 5 random ass mummies.
Okay. I will give it 4 jelly babies coming out of a cigarette holder.
I will give it 4 flapper dresses out of 4.
Oh, that's cool. She wins. Alright, everyone. So thank you for listening. Until next time, I'm the philosopher.
I am the creator.
And I'm the photographer.
And we are your geeky gentlemen and ladies. And we will be discussing